In today's art lesson, we will learn how to draw and paint a cartoon giraffe. So let's get started. For this lesson, you will need a sheet of paper. I'm using a watercolor paper. You will need a set of watercolor paints and a paintbrush. You will also need a cup or a bowl with clean water and something to draw with. I'm going to be drawing with this little piece of oil pastel, this black piece of oil pastel, but you can certainly use a crayon or a marker or a colored pencil. And you will need a paper towel. So let's get started. Go ahead and pick up your drawing utensil, and what we're going to do first is we're going to go pretty close to the top of our piece of paper, a little bit over to the left, but mostly in the middle. So we're going to start about right here, and we're going to make a shape that looks like this. So it's a rectangle, but the corners are really soft corners. Let's make some ears on our giraffe. And then what we're going to do is make some little horns. Now that we have our head of our giraffe, let's add some features to the face. So we're going to make a slightly curved line down towards the bottom. And then 2 nostrils. Let's make some eyes. You can make any type of eye that you like. And then let's make a long neck right here underneath the head and the neck. One part of our neck is going to be a little bit longer than the other, so this line is going to be pretty long, and then this one's going to be a little bit shorter. Now, coming from this line right here on the right, we're going to make the body. So we're going to come out, come down, and then stop. And then this line right here, we're going to extend down a little bit and then close up at the bottom. Now let's make the legs down here at the bottom. So I'm going to just make some long lines, and then at the bottom we'll make some little hoofs. So straight lines together, a little hoof, and then 2 in the back. Now your lines might be really short, or they might be longer, or they might even go off the piece of paper if you don't have enough room. And that's fine. All right, let's add a little tail, curved lines. And then let's add some details, some spots to our giraffe. Any type of spots that you'd like. They can be more round, triangular, circular. They can go off the edge of the shape. It's completely up to you. Alrighty, there we go. Now let's create a background for our giraffe. I'm going to start out with a little bit of grass. Maybe I'll even put some over here on this side. And then I'm going to make the ground. So it doesn't have to be super straight because it is the ground. And then I'm going to make, off in the distance, I'm going to make a tree, maybe on this side because I have a little bit more space. So I'm going to make a tree that comes out, I guess right here. And then like this. And then at the top of each of those branches, I'm going to put leaves that look like this. All right, I think I might want to put a little bit of more detail on the back. So I'm going to make a hill back here, but it's not going to be a super tall hill. If there's anything else that you'd like to add to your design, go ahead and do that. For example, you might want to make a cloud or 2 or 3. This is how I like to make clouds, but if there's a different way that you'd like to make a cloud, go ahead and do that. Maybe a small cloud right here. Alrighty, I'm just taking a look at my design to see if there's anything else that I'd like to add, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to stop right there. All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to start painting our design. We're going to start by painting the giraffe. You can paint your giraffe a brownish color or even a yellow or an orangish color. It's completely up to you. I think I'm going to paint my giraffe this color. It's a yellowish orange color. Might look a little bit more yellow to you on the video, but this is the color that I like to paint my giraffe. Trying to stay inside of the lines, but if I go outside of the lines a little bit, that's okay. Light brown for this area right here. And then maybe a darker brown for the spots. Now I'm going to use a little bit of black for my hooves down here at the bottom. Be more of a gray actually. So if I want a really light gray, I use more water and less paint. And if I would like a darker color gray or black, I use more paint and less water. Now I'm going to start painting the background. So I'm going to choose green for these little tufts of grass and these leaves on the tree. And then maybe a brown for this area down here at the bottom and for the hill as well. And then blue for the sky. But because this is your artwork, you get to choose the colors you'd like. Keep in mind, your colors might run together a little bit, and that's okay. That's just what watercolor paints like to do. They like to run around and mix together. That's just the nature of watercolor paints. That's what makes them so neat, because you never quite know what they're going to do. Alrighty, I'm finished painting my design. As you can see, there's a little bit of green spreading into the brown down here at the bottom, and that's okay. I'm just going to leave that as is. I hope that you had a lot of fun with this project, and I will see you next time.